and the New Forest in the 70s and 80s. At 15, he fell into a life of crime and served time in prison. It was behind bars that he developed a love of literature. Now an aspiring writer himself, he's passionate about recording the history of the post-Windrush generation. John Cuthill has been to meet him.
Growing up in the 70s, Tobias Taitt is second-generation Windrush, the son of a nurse who came to Britain, but it was a fractured family.
I was raised in care from a very early age. So my early memories are of being raised in care. I don't have any early memories of being in a home and being with a parent or anything like that. I use the example in my book of if you were to call them aunt and uncle, this was a sign it was a good children's home. If you were to call them sir and miss, it was the opposite. And most of them were sir and miss. There was only going to be one direction for me, and that was crime.
And it's that frank and honest storytelling that caught the eye of an illustrator.
You have very few people who have Tobias's experiences that go on to write so eloquently and so well and describe the events that happen to them. And I thought to myself, this story really needs to get out to a wider audience.
The result is the graphic novel Black, a slice of social history which up to now has been seldom heard.
I think we've been a bit fixated on the Windrush generation. For many, many years, they did a lot of fantastic stuff, not properly acknowledged, but not much is told about the children of the Windrush generation, and they have some really very interesting stories still to be told.
The exhibition of work at the John Hansard Gallery runs alongside a billboard campaign in the city. Tobias hopes it will encourage others like him to record their lives.
We always have stories of the great and the good, but the postman, the teacher, there's no desire to hear their stories. But I actually believe my generation and older, they've lived through so much and seen so much, we really have to get their stories.
For Tobias, a life and a story transformed.
Are you proud of this?
Absolutely. Chuffed. Pinching myself, I just like, wow, absolutely blown away. And this is just the beginning.
Tobias Taitt there